So Blizzard has been hosting their own esports tournament for Overwatch. It is simply put, the Overwatch League. This is rather a different take on esports that traditional sports fans might be more familiar with. Each of the 12 teams represent a city and are given an official team name, such as the Florida Mayhem, or the San Francisco Shock. There is a 4-month-long schedule where teams battle it out to decide a champion. The season is split up into 4 stages. After each stage, a 3-team tournament is held for prize money. At the end of the entire season is the playoffs where a grand champion is crowned. During the season, teams can sign players, release players, make trades, do the things that real sports teams can do. There are some things I like about the Overwatch League, and there are things where they could use some improvement. First of all, the presentation is nice. I like that we get a real studio where these matches take place and a live audience. I'm glad there are always a lot of butts in the seats. There is an analyst desk with esports experts, and there is a rotation of 3 two-man announced teams to call the action. There are 3 matches that take place every day, and I like that there is an announced team to call each match. The action itself is explosive at times. These really are the world's best Overwatch players, and it's a lot of fun just to watch them go to work. Widowmakers making headshot after headshot, Pharahs blasting away at each other from opposite sides of the map, Genjis ripping whole teams apart with one ultimate move. It's like I am watching a completely different video game. That's intriguing to me. After a few matches, you see storylines develop. The unstoppable Korean teams, an ambitious Dallas team that stumbles out of the gate, and incidents where players are getting fined and banned. It's more than just teams that are playing video games, if you follow it close enough. There are many things that set this league apart from other esports leagues and tournaments, and in a way, this feels like a real sport. When thinking about what to watch on a given night, it does feel like an enticing choice among other sporting events that are airing, such as a college basketball game, and definitely baseball when that returns every spring. I'd take a match on Dorado over world-class athletes standing on a grass field any day. Then come the problems. It can get repetitive. You'll hear the same music playing over and over again for 6 hours a day. After you watch a handful of matches with the same teams, you will know what to expect. If you see a match between the Shanghai Dragons and the London Spitfire, you know the Spitfire is going to massacre them. It's been 5 weeks in the season, and that's only 25% of the entire schedule. I'm impressed that the official streams still get nearly 100,000 viewers every night. The season just feels like it's too long, and each team will face one another at least 4 times. Then again, the teams are able to make moves so that not every match has the same outcome, and that is likely the appeal to having a long season. If a team is struggling through one stage, they can sign a new player and see how that works out for the next stage, so the teams will either evolve or devolve, and not stay the exact same for 4 months. There are also a lot of long intermissions and breaks. They are at minimum 3 minutes long, and there is hardly anything interesting of note that happens. Most of the time, you'll see player stats with the same background music. It's not like there are even commercials that play most of the time. But I am still eager to see how the rest of the season pans out. Maybe there will be certain changes to the presentation or major shakeups for a few of the teams. If there will be another season next year, here are things I would change about the league. First of all, include more teams. Raise the number of teams to at least 16. Instead of 2 divisions, make it 4 divisions with 4 teams each. Oh, don't worry about these extra teams, I just put them there to flesh out the existing roster so you can see how a 4-division format would work. Secondly, rather than 4 stages, make it 2 stages. After Stage 1, the leaders of each division will compete in a 4-team tournament, and after Stage 2, you can have an 8-team tournament to declare a champion. Thirdly, 6 hours might be a long time to watch this every day. Perhaps you can have 2 streams going on at once, where each stream will air 2 matches per day. Viewers can just watch 4 hours a day, and switch back and forth when there's a long intermission. Those who are fully committed to watching everything can do so with video on demand. During intermissions, they can show highlights of games that happen on the opposite stream, show us ads, show us video packages in that time, give us anything but just player stats. And speaking of players' stats, those are more appropriate to show on the Overwatch League website. You know how there's a section for players? Well, how come there's hardly any depth to it? It's just a list of players. You can't click on anything. No bios or stats appear. This would be a great place to show average player stats. I know it might be complicated because players change characters that do different things, but it's more suitable to show such stats here than during intermissions and breaks. And for Pete's sake, give teams their own walkout music. Have it play for when they are formally summoned to the arena and for when they win matches. The Overwatch League has been fun to watch so far, but they still have a long ways to go to make it appealing for more types of sports and esports fans. What do you like about the Overwatch League? What do you think needs improvement? Let me know in the comment section down below.